come at you from the shores of Lake Erie. EA Sports has the coverage of the NFL from First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Cleveland Browns. First quarter of the season already in the rear-view mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports.
Ready.
And quickly to the outside, that's caught by Lamb. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That's a pickup of 11 and a first down on their first offensive play. That's probably as simple of a throw as he'll have all game.
And good for everyone. Good for his completion percentage. Good for the receptions for the receivers. But you know how they work on that. They have footballs with no laces. So as soon as you get the snap, you're just throwing the football. All right? You're not trying to find the laces and grip it a certain way. That takes time. Just get the ball.
And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Brevin Jordan, his second touchdown on the season. And the Chargers go down the field in just 2 plays to take the early lead. The extra point by Mevis is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. McCole Hardman to return it from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
Let's go now.
To the air on first down. Here's Willis. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Well, the very first thing they told us, Charles, was we need to apply pressure early. And I would call that early pressure a nice sack to start the game.
And on the other sideline, I just have this image in my mind of the head coach on the headset with the offensive coordinator.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Jalen Petrie picks it off. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Charger TD. Well, we went from scoreless to 13-0 in a hurry. First, their offense had the touchdown, and now the defense comes through with one.
You can't get a better 1-2 punch than that. Follow up a touchdown offense by getting one on defense. If they keep that effort up, you'll take the other sideline out of this one very quickly.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And bring this out to the 25. No return there for Hardman. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. Willis will try again here after the pick six. Got his man complete over the middle. That's right. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. No matter your experience level as a quarterback, you throw an interception on that first drive, maybe a little shaken up. Nice response there to get their first down.
I think you make an excellent point. I don't care who you are. You throw an interception, it's going to get to you a little bit. But the ones that we've seen that are the best, you never notice it. They don't come to the bench, throw their helmets. They don't do any of that. They just go back out the next drive and act like it never happened. And that's what we're seeing here.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Willis back to the air on 2nd and 10. And that is incomplete.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Right back to the air again with Willis. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Well, Charles, that's a great response drive from the rookie quarterback. Remember, threw the pick on the previous possession. Here, he's able to lead him down and throw it into the end zone for the touchdown.
And I know from the draft analysis that this is exactly why this team wanted to take this young man. They thought his ability to bounce back from mistakes and quickly turn them into positives, that was something they wanted on their team, and we just saw evidence of it right there. This young man doesn't let anything get to him, and he finds a way to come back big.
The Charger drive about to get going. As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down. A nice, consistent game.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Well, this defense for the Browns, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
And they needed to be because the game was a game we don't see very often anymore. Low scoring, slugging it out in the trenches. One play can make the difference type of a game, and each play took on more importance, and they got it done.
And this Browns defense coming to life. They get it behind the line for a second straight play. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
Sometimes I think these defensive tackles get a little bit of a bum rap. We just see them as big guys that eat up blockers for others to make tackles. Oftentimes they're quicker than they get credit for. And this time he uses quickness to make a play.
Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now Winston. And this is going to be incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
On is the punter, Johnston, now as he sends this one away. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. And nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Willis, 3rd and long. They'll get this complete to Calvin Austin. And he is going to have the Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That's his first catch of the game, and an impressive one against multiple defenders.
And how about that start? Really aggressive. Yeah, there was double coverage out there, but that didn't stop them at all. They went right at it and defeated it on that play.
Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete. The Browns at 3-1 here through their first 4 games. And they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
He gets it left side to Johnson. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Big alert, big alert. 19 right.
Again, it's Willis to throw it. That's out to Chubb, complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
It's not often that you'll find offensive and defensive guys that'll agree on much, but one place they find common ground, you've got to protect or attack the middle of the field. And no one was there. What a big play, moving it downfield.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. On 1st down, Willis. Over the middle, complete. That's Johnson. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. Throwing again on 2nd down. Willis. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this 2nd quarter. We'll be right back. The Browns on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Under pressure, they got him again. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. Now Ryan Suckup will come on and try the field goal. This will be kicked from the 42. It's a 52-yard attempt. And this is going to wind up left. Well struck, but it's no good, and this will stay at a 7-point game. So an 8-play drive gets them down there, but play number 9, that winds up a missed field goal. And they definitely moved the ball well. That's a drive where you hate to come away with nothing. They start the drive with Cook. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down. Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play? From the 44, Winston. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage. But I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them. So danger averted for the moment, but now here's a 3rd and long. Jameis to throw it. Going for the deep ball. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jamin Davis. And the Browns will take over possession here up at the 44. I think there's a little too much heat on that one. He's trying to hit his running back out of the backfield. Normally you want to get the ball to them in stride. But here, this one's coming in hot. And it tips off his hands and into the arms of the defender. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. 1st and 10, it's Willis. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Alert! Alert! Cougar 19!
A give running right is Chubb. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. I like the strategy. Extra tight ends. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril. Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Let's go now.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
Check.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. All right, let's just go and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass. A well-executed curl route by Charles Davis.
Ready! Pass the 60, pass the 60.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by the defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Pass to 11, pass to 18.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Willis. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. It's J.O.K. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah in there for the sack. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you...
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And it's taken in at the 9. It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. And with a 14-7 lead, they might just be happy to take this thing on into the tunnel. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll try and fire this downfield for Singletary. And this one is incomplete.
While the ultimate result was an incomplete pass, they sure look like a well-coached team, because once he got outside of the pocket, the scramble rules come into effect. And a lot of the guys who ran deep routes, they come back closer to the line of scrimmage. And the running back usually runs a check down. He took it deep, and they gave it a big shot and came up unsuccessful.
He lets it fly for Lockett. In a double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And the Browns are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. Well, his arm strength never an issue, but this one winds up in the wrong hands.
Oh, the coverage here is just terrific, because when it's done really well, sometimes you can't distinguish whether it's the receiver or the defensive back the ball's intended for. He actually ran with him in perfect motion and able to make a big-time play.
The Browns drive about to get started. With his slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
70 Rangers.
Johnson goes in motion left.
18 Rattlers. 19 tight. 19 tight.
After the sack on first down, Willis finding Johnson on the out route. That's complete. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
Mustang 19.
3rd down, it's Willis. Trying to lay one up deep. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked up by Joejuan Williams. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Browns going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Cleveland offense ready to go. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far. Willis takes a hit and the ball is free. And picked up by the Chargers. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, L.A. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
Extra point by Mevis is up and good. And it's now 21-7. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Hardman going to bring it out of the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Browns drive about to get started. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we're having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Again to throw. Willis on 2nd down. Completes this one to Thornton. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because of zone coverage. So timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
No room to be had there on the first down run as he's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And when the defense wins and gets up no yardage on a running play, that's something they can build on and carry themselves forward throughout the game.
2nd down, here's Chubb again. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45.
I thought that was a good call. Passing situation on 2nd down. They hit him with the draw instead and pick up nice yardage.
Yeah, because the draw, they're thinking pass when they see that initially defensively, right?
But in today's NFL, most of the time on 2nd and long, when it's a passing situation, pass rushers are on the field and they're only thinking one thing, get to the quarterback. And oftentimes you can bypass them with a running play.
Well, that's a tough, costly penalty because now it makes it 3rd and 6 after the false start.
Top 60, 79 Broncos.
Willis looking to throw it. He's going to drop this one down for Chubb. And some room to roam now. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big play there on the catch and run. And it'll move the chains. I think you'd have to say Nick Chubb, pound for pound, one of the most powerful runners in the NFL. He proved it there. Willis will look to throw on first down. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. T.J. Watt able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Willis out of the gun. Flush to his right. Willis throws another interception, his 3rd of the game. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Chargers force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10.
Well, let's face it, Brandon. They're down here in the 2nd half. Want to try and make something happen. And if you're the guy with the ball in your hands, you're going to try even harder. Because I think all he was trying to do was to get outside the pocket and see if he can find a big play downfield.
Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. They go play action. Winston sliding out of the pocket. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
Partner just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drive him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
He's got a man, complete. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the 3rd quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the 2nd half.
He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Wan'Dale Robinson with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Chargers will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Extra point by Mevis is up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. Very short kick taken right at the 20. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Cleveland offense ready to go. As this offense takes the field against CD. Remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum... We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the 2nd half. Throwing again on 2nd and 10, it's Willis. He gets this one to Johnson. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
60 Maverick! 60 Maverick!
Willis looking to throw it. They'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. And he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the... Willis, gotta have this one. Oh, fires this one downfield for Chubb. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. Cook up the gut. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is third down. Winston. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the first quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
The Browns drive about to get started. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turns. That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Willis. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Willis to throw once more. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22.
19. Cut 19. Cut 19. Hurt.
Willis, 4th down, has to have it. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back. The Charger drive about to get going. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Winston. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. They'll try and wind down some clock with Cook. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. They run the counter with Cook. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Tough spot here, 3rd and 18, following back-to-back running plays that went in the wrong direction. Winston now. And he's got Jordan complete right side. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Wrecking the defense there was Brandon Smith. Back to stop him before he got to the line of scrimmage. Winston here to throw. And this is incomplete. CeeDee Lamb is intended target, and it's 3rd down.
That was well defended. They clamped down on every available receiver. Just got to give the win to the defense on that snap.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Now Winston. Across the middle, he finds Robinson. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short.
If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the 1st down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
Gets it out quickly here to the left flank. And he's not even going to come close. A big loss in the wrong direction on 4th down. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And this Browns defense stands tall. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Willis from the gun on 3rd down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. He's got a man complete. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. Now Willis. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That incompletion brings us one step closer to the end of this one. Maybe mercifully, partner. And let's face it, though, no surprise, they're still flinging it around. They have pride, too.
2nd down and goal. Willis got his man. It's Thornton. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left.
Ready?
One final try for Willis. Being chased out left. And that will be incomplete. As time has run out on this football game. So this one's over. It's in the win column for the LA Chargers. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout.